This is Sueski's Work Farm. Welcome to my worm house. If you would like to walk in, we'll show you around. Buckets full of worms and trays full of babies. Good for your compost pile.
Today we're at Sueski's Worm Farm. I brought the kids with, and Jason's filming today. And this is Sue Szymanski.
I'm Sue. I started this about 10 years ago, raising worms so I can have some nice soil and pretty plants. I call myself Sueski's Worm Farm. And the worms are raised in these black buckets, about 300 in each bucket.
Yeah, there's a lot of buckets in here, so that tells you how many worms she has in here.
Yes, and they make lots of nice dirt. Every 3 weeks usually it's about. They go on a shaker. There's a 1/4-inch screen. The big worms come down the funnel here into a tray, and those go back into new feed. It's ground grain alfalfa meal, vitamins and enzymes, and they will go in a new bucket of dirt mixed with all of this and make us more worm castings. The bottom screen is a 1/8-inch screen. The worm casting is about the only thing that goes through an 1/8-inch screen. Babies, small lumps of dirt will come down the other funnel into a smaller tray, which I call my baby tray. And that's where all the little worms are. And from there, they go up my conveyor.
The secret room.
Yes, then we go into the big room. So this tub is full of the completed product. It's really loose. The worm casting is like a little ball bearing, if you look at it really close, and it never crushes. That's how it can keep our soil nice and loose and pretty. Especially this clay soil. Our clay soil is so tight. And once you start putting worm castings in it, it gets loose, just like really black loam. I use nothing but the worm castings, and there hasn't been any other fertilizer, any other compost on my gardens, even my vegetable garden, and the vegetables will taste nice and sweet. You don't get any bitterness.
Yeah.
Because the worm castings do take toxins out of the soil, and they'll make your soil nice and fresh.
Oh,
That's
nice.
interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I let kids at the market, when I go to sell the worm castings, and I'll take a little bag of dirt and open it so they can see what it's like, and they love to play in it. But then I ask them if they know what it is. And as soon as I tell them it's worm doo-doo, they quick wash their hands off and rub it on their clothes, and they walk away.
Well, these guys don't
But-
care.
But yeah, but I mean, it's so loose. It's just so nice. The way we manufacture it, this worm is almost 100% worm castings,
Oh, wow.
because the only thing that goes through that 1/8-inch screen is the worm casting. All the dirt and the stones and the little knobbies are screened out of it.
Well, they're
So-
sure having a good time.
Yes,
here.
they are. And our younger generation has to learn all over again
Yeah.
how to raise gardens, how to
Yes.
have food for themselves. And all summer long, you can eat off of a garden without having to go buy fresh vegetables.
Right.
And it's so much healthier. There's no sprays on the food and no sprays growing inside the food.
So much tastier, too.
Right. We start our process with black peat. It's right out of the swamp. It doesn't have any herbicides, fungicides that a lot of soils do. Worms do not like, they don't like lumpy soil. So we run it through a pulverizer, make it See, now this is the difference. You see, this is regular soil, and you see how you can squeeze it, and it stays clumped together. It's, even though this is really good dirt, where you take a handful of worm castings, you can squeeze it, and you got a clump, but it all breaks into little pieces. It never stays broken down into a clump. There. And after a while, your soil will get so loose, and the roots on the plants can grow so nice.
And this is the pulverizer?
This is a pulverizer, and this is the base of our worm food. Okay. Then we mix it in fine ground grains, alfalfa meal, vitamins and enzymes. And they have to have the vitamins and enzymes because we feed them so well. If they didn't have enzymes, their little bodies would blow up.
That would be good.
So it's kind of like, here fellows, eat all of this.
It's just pretty much breaking it up nice.
It breaks it up. Yeah, the worms will take it down from there.
Okay.
After I mix it with my fine grain, alfalfa meal, vitamins and enzymes, we mix it all up in the tub in there. Okay. And then the worms go back into that. They start eating, and 3 weeks later we have another.
That is awesome. That's such a cool process.
It is.
What do you think of that process? So can we see the process of when the castings are created in a bucket and the whole process of putting
Want
them
to see
on
them
the
go down
screen?
into the...
I want to see it.
Okay. This gallops like a horse, and it is loud. This scares everybody when I turn it on.
I can see why you call it the galloping horse. Yeah.
Well, they just got shaken, so they'll probably be a little slow for a minute.
They kind of disappear in the soil, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what the worms eat. See how fine that is? Really fine ground grains,
Okay.
several grains,
Okay.
alfalfa meal,
Okay.
and then we add vitamins and enzymes to it.
Cool.
Super awesome.
So we'll give these little guys a little taste of food. These are waiting to go into a new bucket.
Oh,
these
okay.
are the little ones. Let me see if I can find a little worm. The kids were playing with them a little while ago. They tend to want to go down and get away from me. There's a.
Oh my goodness, that is tiny.
They're really.
I didn't realize they were going
These
to
are these are the ones that go through the screen. They're really small, and they go in another bucket. Pretty soon they grow up. This one's a little bit bigger. See, there's hundreds in a scoop here. I also sell scoops of them because I don't need all the babies that hatch. I will sell scoops to people to put in their compost piles.
Okay.
Awesome.
Because they'll break down a compost pile really fast.
Oh yeah, now they're getting worked up there.
Yep. Then they start wiggling around.
Put it in my hand.
Do you like them, Lana? Yeah.
They're lots of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool and unique process and business, and
It is, and it's catching on really fast. So many people now. I start getting calls, and a lot of people come as soon as there's a warm day.
yeah.
In fact, the end of January, I had a person call, and I thought it was advertising, and I hung up on him. you really need a lot more worm castings than what they're putting in the fertilizer now. If you look at the bags in the stores, you're only usually some 2 to 5% in compost is the amount of worm castings in those bags. This is 100%. You can spread it thin or you can spread it thick, depending on how your soil is or how many years you've used it. It will never burn. You can't burn your plants. You could dump it all on your plants and they will not burn. Worm castings are balanced across the line. Usually, I consider mine about an 8-8-8. It depends on what your base dirt is that you start with. It could be 7-7-7, but it's a natural product, so you can never guarantee the exact analysis, but it is equal across the board. The NPK is equal. If it's 7-7-7 or 8-8-8, that's pretty much the middle line. Ohio University has done great things on vermiculture, and I find a lot of good information through them. Cornell University also is doing great things with vermiculture.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So
if you've got like we've got a raised bed that we're going to be using the worm castings on, if you put it on there before you plant and you put a layer on top, is it best to kind of like work it into the soil or just leave it on top?
you can do it either way.
Either way? Okay.
When people are first starting out, I usually recommend work up your soil, make your row that you're going to plant in, and put your worm casting in that row. That way you can go further with it and you can put more in it. It also warms the soil up faster. I found my green beans will sprout a lot faster if I have a thick layer of worm castings in the row when I plant the beans, because if it gets cold, green beans will rot in the soil.
Yeah.
Again, the worm casting will absorb moisture and hold moisture in the soil. So you're going to keep a more moist soil than if it was just normal.
Lots of benefits.
Lots and lots of benefits.
In fact, I tell people don't leave your bag outside. If it rains, and instead of 20 pounds, it's going to be 50 pounds because it will absorb all that moisture.
Sure. We'll keep them in a dry place.
Keep them in the garage with everything else.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more room for anything, but they got to go in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I have hours here at home, usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you want to call and make sure I'm out and about, the number is 262-835-4235. And most days I'm here working in the shed. I will put my sign out if I'm open, or I have a little bell you can ring and it says, if no one answers, pull weeds. So you can keep busy until I find you. And my address is 12620 Bell Road, Caledonia, 53108. That one's a lightweight. Some of those got real light.
Yeah, this one's not too bad. I can just throw them in the...
Save your back and use the wheels.
Sue knows.
Yes.
Use the ergonomic tools.
Don't waste it too far down.
Okay.
You don't want it deeper than what your roots are going to go, because you want the roots right where the nutrients are.
Okay, that's good to know. This is why I really brought Jason. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip to Sueski's Worm Farm. There's a lot to be learned from Sue, so feel free to come and visit her and get your worm castings. The kids even had fun. You had a good time, huh? Yeah, and they learned a ton, and we are so excited to get our hands dirty and add it to our gardens once again. Have an awesome day, you guys. Thank you so much for watching.